From classes to habits to behavioral patterns, there are hundreds of ways in which we can classify the many species in the How to Train Your Dragon universe. However, one of the rarest titles is that of a legendary dragon, with only 10 species in the entire franchise making their way into this classification. In today's video, we'll explain every single legendary dragon in the How to Train Your Dragon universe, but before we get into it, let's define this classification super quick. This is a term that comes from the game, Rise of Berk, with the legendary dragons being the largest and most powerful species that you can tame. So, without further ado, let's kick off our list at number 10 with the Crimson Goregutter, a boulder-class dragon that serves as one of the most heavily armored defenders in the dragon world. These dragons are majestic creatures, sporting an enormous pair of antlers and an axe-shaped tail club that can be used as deadly weapons in combat. They also possess armor plating so thick that weapons simply bounce off their hide. Despite being so powerful, the Crimson Goregutter is a mild-mannered dragon that is extremely loyal to its alpha and its friends. It will only attack when provoked, but once it begins, this dragon will keep on fighting until the threat has been eliminated. Much like the other boulder-class dragons, the Crimson Goregutter's firepower consists of molten lava, which it sometimes uses to coat its fireproof antlers before charging into battle. Number 9 brings us the Submaripper, a gigantic tidal-class dragon that rules the deep ocean waters. Growing up to 50 feet long, these behemoths are among the apex predators of the sea. Submarippers have one of the best tidal class abilities, as they can create powerful whirlpools capable of sinking entire ships by drawing water into their enormous mouths. Instead of breathing fire, these dragons launch targeted water jets containing sharp debris from sunken vessels, creating deadly projectile attacks. Submarippers are also incredibly tough, being able to shrug off multiple plasma blasts and having the strength to tackle larger dragons in direct combat. Despite their massive size, these dragons are incredibly agile and stealthy underwater, often appearing behind their targets before anyone realizes the danger. Moving on to number 8, we have the Shellfire, a colossal tidal-class dragon that serves as the deep sea's specialized artillery weapon. These massive dragons possess the ability to launch plasma-charged boulders over distances exceeding a mile, with their projectiles exploding like bombshells upon impact. They can fire these devastating attacks in rapid succession, making them capable of leveling entire settlements from the safety of the open ocean. Since it uses plasma blasts, the Shellfire's firepower is likely to be deadly underwater as well. While their incredible size and heavily armored hide make them nearly indestructible to conventional attacks, the Shellfire typically avoids confrontation and prefers to use hit-and-run tactics. This dragon is also immensely strong and has been shown to pull entire ships of Vikings across the sea without showing signs of fatigue. With its impressive strength, explosive firepower, and incredible speed underwater, counterattacking the Shellfire is almost impossible, making it one of the most dangerous dragons in the title class. At number 7, we find the Sentinel, a boulder-class dragon that serves as the guardian of the dragon graveyard on the Isle of Vanaheim. These unusual dragons have high defense and tough skin that allows them to resist powerful attacks. When they're not engaged in battle, sentinels stay perfectly still, resembling statues and setting up the opportunity for a surprise attack. These dragons breathe streams of fire, while elder sentinels can produce massive, conical fire blasts that seem to be stronger than the average dragons. It can also produce sonic blasts that can disorient other dragons, and also have enough force to blow off monstrous Nightmare's flame jacket. The Sentinel is a highly intelligent dragon and always works in packs to take down threats. However, it is also strong enough on its own, and one of them can simultaneously take on a deadly Natter, a monstrous Nightmare, and a Grunkle, and still come out on top. Coming in at number 6, we have the Rarest, a boulder-class dragon that lives primarily as a burrower. This dragon's firepower and lifestyle are pretty unique, as it releases powerful jets of orange and purple flames while spinning in circles. While this makes for a pretty impressive display while the dragon's in the air, it actually serves as a drilling movement underground. The flames melt and soften the surrounding rocks, while the Rarest's rotation generates a spiraling motion that propels it forward. Due to its subterranean habitat, this dragon has pupilless eyes and extremely weak eyesight as a result. To make up for this drawback, the Rarest has 2 ear canals at the front of its face, allowing it to detect even the faintest sound. Together with its highly advanced sense of smell, this dragon's senses make hiding from it practically impossible if you're deep underground. However, its sharp senses are also the Rarest's greatest weakness, as loud sounds can disorient and even cause pain to this mighty dragon. You know things aren't looking good when a dragon has the word death in its name, but that's going to be the case for our next 3 entries. Number 5 on our list is the Green Death, which is more or less a variant of the Red Death we see in the first movie. Unlike the massive Stoker-class dragon that once terrorized the Viking world as the ultimate predator, the Green Death is actually pretty calm and doesn't attack arbitrarily. The Green Death uses methane to power enormous flame jets that can effortlessly incinerate entire fleets of Viking ships in seconds, while its powerful inhalation creates a vacuum that sucks other dragons into its mouth. This dragon's entire body is covered in dense scales and horns, and along with its thick hide, these features make the Green Death virtually invincible. Catapult shots simply bounce off it, lava and molten rock barely leave a burn mark, and the dragon can throw its weight about to smash through rocks and boulders unharmed. The Green Death's incredible durability also allows it to even resist plasma blasts from Night Furies, making this dragon truly deserving of the legendary title. Number 4 brings us the Purple Death, a gigantic title-class dragon that strikes fear into the hearts of Vikings and dragons alike. The Purple Death's movements alone can trigger underwater earthquakes, and its sheer presence in the ocean can destabilize entire coastal regions. This dragon's strength is almost unparalleled, using its physical prowess to push, shove, and crush opponents, while its explosive firepower can burn down entire fleets in a single breath. Vikings believed this dragon was the Serpent of Midgard from legend, heralded to bring Ragnarok, the end of the world. Moving on to number 3, we encounter the Screaming Death, a gigantic, heavily mutated variant of an already massive species called the Whispering Death. With its white scales, gleaming red eyes, and massive spines, this dragon is sure to strike terror into the heart of anyone who lays eyes on it. This albino titan measures a massive 365 feet in length and possesses all the strengths of regular Whispering Deaths, but ramped up to the maximum with a few extra abilities to boot. Given its massive size and spiky exterior, the Screaming Death can take out any threat by simply crashing into it. A lifetime of tunneling through solid rock has made this dragon extremely durable, and there are very few attacks that make it through its tough scales. In addition to the Whispering Death's fire rings, the Screaming Death can unleash large explosive fireballs in rapid succession, and its powerful shrieks can disorient even dragons that are partially deaf. The Screaming Death is so rare and powerful that only one specimen is known to exist, making it a legendary threat that can destabilize entire islands. At number 2, we have the Forever Wing, a gigantic mystery-class dragon that serves as a living ecosystem and natural fortress. The Forever Wing is an ancient dragon that no longer desires adventure. When hibernating, its massive size allows entire forests to grow on its back, providing perfect camouflage as the foliage blends in with the dragon's already woody and earthy appearance. The Forever Wing has not been seen breathing fire, but it is capable of producing lava that has the ability to burn down entire villages from its body. When awakened, this dragon can also produce an acid that is not as destructive as lava to defend itself. Just like the Red Death, the Forever Wing is an alpha species, meaning it can command other dragons, typically referred to as seedlings. This dragon can also use telepathy, which it demonstrated by communicating with Hiccup in Rise of Berk. This dragon's ability to remain dormant for extended periods make it nearly impossible to locate, and awakening the Forever Wing can have catastrophic consequences for whoever decided to disturb its slumber. And finally, claiming the number 1 spot among the legendary dragons is the Bewilderbeast, the undisputed king of all dragons. What makes Bewilderbeasts so powerful is their ultimate alpha ability, which allows them to bend other dragons to their will with a single roar. However, untamed Bewilderbeasts are generally benevolent creatures, using their icy breath to carve habitats for other dragons under its protection and allowing them to maintain their independence. In battles, these dragons breathe supercooled water that freezes into ice crystals as large as themselves, instantly encasing targets in thick ice. Their thick hide serves as the perfect defense, while the Bewilderbeast's massive tusks are a fearsome offensive tool. Despite having wings, this dragon does not seem capable of flying. As a title-class dragon, the Bewilderbeast is an adept swimmer, and its wings appear to function as fins when underwater. The Bewilderbeast's resilience, strength, and mind manipulation techniques place it clearly at the apex of the dragon hierarchy, but the world of dragons is vast and uncharted, and the deep seas could easily hide a potential challenger to its throne. And that wraps up our list of all the legendary dragons from the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. If you want to see another cool video, you can now check out this other video that appears on your screen. Click on it to see it. Click it!